I like Resident Evil 4 a lot. Like, everything about this game, from the Mercenaries mode all the way up to the campaign itself, or the main story itself, rather. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do a fully professional playthrough on the game. Right now I'm just sort of cheese sticking the game. But yeah, it's definitely something I wanted you guys to sort of hear out. I'm gonna pull out of the Mercenaries mode because I'll be there for a little while. As you can see, I already have the game, this S double plus ranked with Hunk. I do pretty exceptionally well with Hunk. Not the world's best by any stretch of the means. I'm never gonna claim to be the best. You know, it's really crazy because the first day I got Mercenaries, the first time I started streaming on PS4, I was able to get a high score of 1,000,000 with Hunk. Which at the time I thought was super impressive. I thought it was just such a feat, right? Such a challenge that I had completed. But yeah, no, I just want to go ahead and say that RE4 remake is definitely not perfect. But by all accounts, Resident Evil 4 Remake is a complete game. Even if in the main game mode they do take out certain parts of the game. Granted, oh, I've seen your comment, by the way. Yeah, I know you're joking, but I have to react to it. You know, we got an S plus rank with Luis, which I thought was kind of wild, and same thing with Ada, and an S rank with Leon. Now, into the main story, we're gonna hit load game. New playthrough. Professional difficulty.
September 30th, 1998. It's a day I'll never forget. The cop inside me died that day. And that night, Raccoon City was wiped out, thanks to the bioweapons created by Umbrella. Somehow I made it out, and too many others. And so lucky. I was asked later to join a top-secret government program. Not that I had a choice. The training, punishing missions, nearly killed me. But at least I kept my mind off everything. If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain, even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
Oh man.
So tell me, young kid, why did you come to this horrible place? As close to nowhere that I've ever seen.
Let's just say, looking for someone.
That someone must be very important, huh? The chief gave the orders himself. Help him, he said.
I'm sure your boys didn't come all the way out here to roast marshmallows.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm wearing the bomber jacket and the flight helmet looks just so cool. I'm sorry, guys. I had to customize a little bit. What's over this way?
How far could he have gone?
We're skipping that. We are on professional. This whole section's a little different.
Anyone home?
Open this door. Lost on in here. I'm surprised that they don't really put any items or anything in here. Obviously, I have an infinite launcher. If some may or may not notice, I'm gonna skip the cutscene. He's done. Unfortunately, yeah, I have an infinite launcher. I was cheese dicking the game, just doing some fucking funny bullshit earlier, and I forgot. So I do in fact apologize for that. We're gonna go ahead and sell it. I want this to be rather organic, in terms of what we have to use, vice versa. But we're gonna have to use the rocket launcher because, well, we might not have to. We might be able just to get by, because if I'm using my big boy brain, I think there's a save point right before we get to the village.
This just keeps getting worse.
Alright, we'll trade this. Oh my god, dude, we are prepared. Oh, we have no other weapons. So we're gonna have to use this until we find ourselves another pistol or another weapon of some kind. You're not tripping me up. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Please let me through, you village fuckers. Okay, I swear to God, I will rocket all of you fuckers. Okay, now I'm gonna run over this way. And, okay, the second one has spawned in. Good. Okay, that's all I wanted to do.
La campana.
Okay.
Route to Condor 1. I've identified a route to the lake. Look for a large windmill. There's a path on the far side of it.
Windmill. Copy that.
And be careful.
Shit.
Okay, so at least I have this. Now, is it fully upgraded is the question. I guess I had this pistol the whole time. It's not fully upgraded.
There it is.
So I guess we are gonna put this in storage. Okay. Blue medallions. Cool. Cool beans. I'm just gonna go ahead and come up here. Build shotgun shells.
Blue medallion. God damn. One down. Come on.
That is so lame. I have 14 spindles, so we're building up quite the amount here. Alright. That's for ramming into me earlier, asshole. We literally have like 258 rounds in our for our pistol. That's more than enough ammunition to burn through. Oh, another spindle. Let's go. That's 15 already.
this the place? What's that noise?
Damn it. Here, Asher, you can join the party I'm in if you want.
That hurts, you know? Seemed like you really wanted to talk. How observant, senor. Now, say, you got a smoke? No, those things will kill you. Oh, well, maybe just untie me then, huh? Joder, not this guy!
Who are you? Okay, stop right there!
Sacrificial lamb, you will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
Shit, they took my
We
key.
all know what happens here.
Condor 1 to roost. I'll be taking these back.
Yeah, what's going on? Not much.
Who's that?
Let's do some business.
Dude, you don't even know the first thing about BMWs, Astro. Huh? I said you don't know the first thing about BMWs.
Yes.
You have no idea what ownership is like. You have an idea of what owning a BMW is like, but you have no idea what it really is to own a BMW. Yeah, well, here's the issue, right? Because you want to own this car, right? But you don't even know what it's like to even own a car.
Welcome. Well done.
And you're gonna start with a BMW like I did, and it's
I've got
just
something new for you. We like
it's awesome. It's one of the greatest things in the whole world. But the problem is
Ruby's all rubbish.
your insurance. Like I'm telling you, man, like you don't get it. Yeah, and you're driving a BMW. Yeah, exactly what I've been trying to explain to you. Yeah. And so I guarantee you, Astro, with me knowing you, I guarantee you you're going to experience an accident. And that's 100% perfectly fine because you're a new driver.
I'll pay a pretty
But make no mistake, I never thought I was ever going to get in an accident. Someone rear-ended me because they weren't paying attention. Yeah, they didn't have insurance and they fucking ran from the cops. And I didn't get their fucking plate because you know why? Because they didn't have a fucking plate. So understand this. I had to pay out of pocket on that and take a... Now, it didn't lower my... It didn't increase my risk or anything like that for being
all my wares are in tip-top
a driver or whatever, but at the same time, man, dude, it's fucking expensive. It's a lot more expensive than I think that you think. I'm telling you, it's expensive. It's not a cheap hobby. It is not cheap, my friend. And you're talking, and you're not talking about just, you're talking about owning an, what did you say, an M4? Dog, I don't know, man. If you can afford it, you know, do what you want with your own money. But again, I personally don't think you can afford it. And that's not me talking shit to you. That is me being brutally honest. How much do you have saved for a down payment on a car? Not just a BMW, just a car in general. How much money do you have saved up for a down payment on just a car? It doesn't have to be a BMW, just a car in general. Dude, that's not enough, man. And with your credit score, are you the primary? Are you going to be the primary buyer, or is your mom? Okay, what's your mom's credit score like? Okay, so your monthly payment will depend on that, and then taking it as if, and I mean this by no offense, you guys are getting evicted, and I don't think that you guys have great credit. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. By how you're describing the vehicle you guys currently have, it doesn't seem like you're going to suddenly just come up with a BMW out of nowhere. They're going to at least expect 4 to 5 grand down, and your monthly payments will still probably, with interest accumulated, depending on your credit score, your monthly payments could be anywhere between 300 to 500 bucks expected. I mean, which, yeah, that don't sound too bad, but you got to think your insurance is going to be around that same ballpark. Your insurance is going to be up way over like 300 bucks. So you're talking about 700 bucks each month. That's some people's rent. Right? Like, my rent's more expensive. Now, granted, alright, yeah, there are some BMWs for $3,000 or $4,000. You can find them all day long, 2002, 2005. The problem is, if a BMW cost $5,000, chances are there's a reason that it cost $5,000. Probably because it has ridiculously ridiculous miles on it, or because the previous owners did not take care of it, and so when it hit a high mileage, something happened, and you know they didn't treat it. So when you own a German car, you can't just treat it like these shitty Japanese cars, right? The Japanese cars are shitty, right? Low performance, this and that, but they can take the abuse, right? So you can abuse it all day long and it will still run. A BMW, you start to abuse it, it fights back. It doesn't like that. German cars don't like to be abused. So they'll punk your ass out, and something will go wrong, right? And if something, anything can go wrong. There's a number of things. The BMW engines are more complex. They have more moving parts, and they move a lot faster, so they wear down quicker. But in turn, you get performance. You get faster 0 to 60, probably better gas mileage. It doesn't have to work as hard to make power because it has multiple other moving components. However, to go really, really fast, yeah, your engine's going to be doing a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of components that work really hard at high rates of speed, which you're a young man. I'm sure you're not a pussy. I'm sure you're going to probably drive it like a real man would drive a car. So you're going to experience that. And as such, you're going to probably end up fucking the car. And when you do, you're cooked. And you're going to be in the same position I was, where my car went 7 foot airborne, dude. I almost lost my life because of one idiot on the street. And that was not exactly my fault. And then guess what? I got stuck paying on a car that I couldn't even drive. And unless you want to be in that same boat, because I guarantee you there's going to be retards on the road, because there are. And I guarantee you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get road rage, because I can tell you something right now, the most frustrating thing in the world is a Prius in the left lane thinking that they own the world and that they're saving the planet. So they're going below the speed limit in the left lane, policing the speed limit in the left lane when it's a passing lane. Do you even have your driver's license? You haven't even got your driver's license yet. And you're talking about buying a BMW, bro. You're goofy. Yep, if you want a BMW, you're gonna need one of those. Look, man, I get it, man. I don't want to be some lame-ass grandpa trying to tell you what to do with your time and money. But at the same time, you're talking about getting a BMW, my guy. It's not buying your mom's Nissan Altima. You know, this is not that. So why do you even want to get a BMW? Just keep that car and save up your money and buy it in full. Don't do monthly payments. You can ask any financial advisor that is worth their salt, and they'll tell you the same thing. The number one thing keeping Americans in debt is literally car payments. And what are you gonna do? I mean, you're still in high school, right? What is this, your second or third year? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I get it, you know. Some kids are lucky and they have parents that can afford to buy them a BMW. Yeah, I know, and it kind of sucks pulling up with a fucking. I get it. The Nissan Altima, they're gay, right? They're lame. They're not gay. I'll tell you what's gay. Pulling up in a Kia Soul, okay? Pulling up in a Prius or a Nissan Leaf, like that's fucking gay, okay? So at least you're not driving something that's gay, right? At least you're driving something that's cool. Well, not cool, but I don't fucking know, man. I don't even know what to tell you, my friend. And for whatever reason, if you can't pay your payments, if you can't make the payments, bro, that bitch will get repoed. And trust me, man, I've never had anything repoed because I was always able to make my payments. But I'm telling you, bro, you'll feel like a fucking clown and you'll feel played if they repo your shit, bro. I guarantee it, bro. It does not feel good. And that's a lot of responsibility for someone that I'm gonna be frank with you, man, and I love you like a brother. I do. I love you, man. I do. You're like a little brother to me. But I don't think you're responsible enough for it, man. Because a BMW is not some shitty Japanese car that you can just run down the street 24/7 and completely neglect. Because there's going to be times where you're not going to want to keep your car clean. There's going to be times where you're going to be like, I don't want to replace this part right now. We'll just wait. If you don't do that in a BMW, one thing goes, then another goes, then another goes. With a Honda, it just keeps fucking going. If you don't feel like changing the oil, because guess what? It costs money to change oil. You know, you're probably going to be, and you know how much money it costs to change BMW oil, especially OW30? They don't sell OW30 by the fucking can. They don't sell a fucking little thing, a little bottle of oil for it. They sell it by the fucking barrel. So you're not going to be buying an entire fucking barrel of oil because, well, that's going to cost about a fraction of your car. You know. But let's be honest, you're not going to come up with that. So you're going to go drive to a BMW dealership and pay $300 for them to change your fucking oil. And expect to do that every 2 to 3, 4 months. If you're trying to keep it in tip-top shape. Well, actually, that depends on how much driving you do. You change it by the mileage, not by the time. But if you're like me and you drive a whole lot and you put a lot of miles on your car, expect to change your oil every 3 to 4 months. Right? And that's $300. So quarterly, you're spending $1,200 a year in oil alone. Not counting, and here's the thing. Right, if you want your BMW to be taken care of, you better be putting 93 octane. You don't want to put that fucking 85 octane or the lowest octane. You have to buy premium fuel. Does that make sense? 93 octane. Yes. And so expect your refills to fill up my little tank, and I was in a 328i. I was paying close to like $40 to $60, depending on how much fuel I had in my car. And expect to do that at least once or twice a week. Again, it depends on how much driving you do. And then not only that, but here's the thing, you're buying a used BMW, so immediately expect to replace something, right? So how much do you have set aside for like potential repairs that will cost you out of pocket? Because you and your mom aren't living in the best of situations right now. Right? Let's face it. So, if you're not going to be able to pay it, your mom's going to have to. And you really want to put that on your mom after she has all these other kids that she's trying to raise? You're not the only kid, man. Now, if you can do it all on your own, great. But I don't see it happening, dude, because you're a high schooler. You don't have a full-time job. You don't work 40 hours. Your paychecks, you don't make $2,000 a month. So you have the option of getting a free car that you don't have to make payments on. And ideally, you're making money. That's money you're not losing. That's money you're making. Now, yeah, you're going to have to do maintenance eventually to the Ultima, and eventually, yeah, eventually, if you keep it long enough, yeah, the amount of stuff you put into it will eventually be able to buy a cheap BMW. But that won't be until a long time. Where, let's be honest, when you go to trade that vehicle or sell it, it ain't going to be worth shit because it's a Nissan Altima. Exactly. Right?
Welcome.
Like, and I'm not trying to kill your dreams or call you out on the chat or anything like that, because I am streaming. I'm not trying to call you out or nothing, but I just don't want you
That cash in your pocket.
having an idea in your head, right, that's exactly what's going to happen, because I guarantee you it's not.
This gun turns heads into pumpkin spades. Take this for a rampage through the patch.
Alright, yeah, guys, back onto the topic of Resident Evil. I actually don't think that I'm going to be running a Magnum
No difference.
for a long time, so we're selling this Magnum ammo.
I can certainly
Okay.
see how that feels. Fella like yourself should notice the difference.
Gotcha, man.
We're starting to get an idea of your tastes. Try that on for size. There you are, as you wish. Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. There you are, as you wish. See how that feels. Fellow like yourself should notice the difference right away. Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. This kind of work is about finesse, stranger. That's about all I can do for this weapon. Although, no, never mind. We're starting to get an idea of your tastes. This kind of work is about finesse, stranger. Little bit goes a long, sad to say that's the end of the road for that weapon. Packs a punch. Enough for most, at least. Well, we've given this one all we have to give. Treat it with the respect it deserves. We're starting to get an idea of
Alright, boys. So we almost fully upgraded almost our entire arsenal so far.
molding
Almost.
a weapon to suit your specific needs. It's a thing of beauty.
Now, granted, we could be selling this shit too.
Your valuables won't do you much good in the grave. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. Come back anytime.
Okay,
Welcome. What can I
so
interest you
let's
in?
sell
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no
one of
difference.
these.
The price, well, that's our choice to make. Thank you.
There we go. And we're gonna buy.
What you see is what I've got.
High power scope. Yeah, what's going on, man?
Thread a needle with a bullet there, mate.
Oh fuck yeah, I was ignoring you. You're calling
Cool,
me some
stranger.
bullshit, bro. I'm not your goddamn son. You're delusional.
Well then, what can I do you for?
The fuck?
Pleasure.
Yeah, you're delusional. Illusions look realistic. Can you really believe it? Nervous about what?
Travel.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. Life sucks, dude. You realize that.
Out of the way.
Well, yeah. Well, he works. He's got a job. I fucking guess, dude. I don't fucking know. I've never worked for fucking Five Guys, so I'd have no idea.
All right.
Yeah, if you're watching the stream, as you can clearly tell, I'm trying to get through this. I'm playing on professional difficulty, and I'm reaching a section that anyone can fuck up.
One down.
They're coming through? Yeah, we can play Killing Floor 2 later. I can't believe I'm still doing this shit on professional. And I'm using legit weapons too. I'm not using infinite launcher to cheese everything. Well, yeah, you want to work at a job. You want to be like your brother, and like you just said, not to do any actual work. Take the easy way out. I'm fucking with you. Oh shit! I'm just shit talking. I ain't beating shit.
Sacrificial lamb.
You won't, because you can't. Fucking hell. Broski. I forgot there is no autosave, so it took me all the way back to the beginning of the game. Or beginning